preaches. I've already enjoyed this fine devotional with you. One or two songs maybe you didn't know and maybe we didn't know, but I think it's a good idea sometimes to introduce songs to all of us that we don't normally use. Surely I would be way afield if I didn't say thank you to the ladies who fixed such fine food provided by the brethren at these inflated prices. We appreciate that very much. And I will say this, brethren, at the outset of the program, I've been directing the Hardeman College Chorus for 27 years. This is the first program I believe I've ever given in Little Rock. I've given programs in the state of Arkansas, but I think this is the first one in the city of Little Rock, and I really wonder, Gary, how that happened. I didn't plan it that way. It just somehow happened. Arkansas is my home state. I was born up in Lawrence County, a little town by the name of Strawberry, and if you don't know where that is, you need to find out, because that's a fine little town. You may not know where it is, and they may not know where Little Rock is, but that's all right. We'll have a fine evening together, hopefully. We should like to open our program with Come and Taste, arranged by a lovely lady by the name of Alice Parker, who teaches composition at Westminster Choir College at Princeton, New Jersey. Come and Taste.
Come and taste along with me, consolation flowing free, from the Father's wealthy throne, treasure and our honeycomb. I praise God and you praise God, and we'll all praise God together. We praise God for the way He has done, and we'll bless His name forever. Oh, and come with fragrant will, make the banquet sweet to stew. Now I go to mercy's door, asking for a little more. I praise God and you praise God, and we'll all praise God together. Praise the Lord for the work that He has done, and we'll bless His name forever. Goodness running like a stream through the new Jerusalem, for your constant breaking forth, sweet and earth and heaven glow. I praise God and you praise God, and we'll all praise God together. We praise the Lord for the work that He has done, and we'll bless His name forever. Oh, return ye songs of praise, turn and sing a smiling face. Hark ye calls backsliders home, if from Him no longer roam. I praise God and you praise God, and we'll all praise God together. We'll praise the Lord for the Lord, and we'll bless His name forever.
Most of us, I suppose, brethren, are night people, and I must confess that I am. I don't ever like music programs in the morning, and I most commonly don't like to get up early in the morning. I operate better from 12 noon to 12 midnight than I do from 6 to 6. That completely destroys the idea, of course, of early to bed and early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I suspect, brethren, that I'm not much of either. And so maybe that is the wrong way to go about it, but I still am a night person. But the song is about a morning person. Good morning, Brother Pilgrim. This pilgrim is bound for Canaan's land, and that would make even the morning, I suppose, seem very nice. Good morning, Brother Pilgrim.
Good morning, brother pilgrim, bound for Canaan's coast. March you towards Jerusalem to join the heavenly roads. Pray where are you smiling, while take your
Some very important musicologists have said that since Bach, we have done nothing but go downhill musically. That may be a very true statement, because there's no doubt about it, J.S. Bach was the great pivotal point in music. We talk about post-Bach and pre-Bach. I sometimes say, brethren, that there's two people that I really wish people wouldn't talk about around me, and that's J.S. Bach and Alexander Campbell. You know, back when I was on the farm, they used to call some of us Church of Christ people Campbellites. I don't think they really knew what they were calling us. I don't think the people that called us that could read a single paragraph of Campbell's intelligently if they had a dictionary open in front of them. Do you follow me? I don't want to be called a Campbellite, but if I was picking up a scholarly man to be called, I suspect I'd pick Alexander Campbell and Martin Luther. They were both, shall we say, brethren, intelligent. But we don't put anybody in the place of Christ, you see, and that's the reason we objected to that term. But J.S. Bach wrote, "Beloved Jesus." The next song is "Whatever God Ordains is Good." There's a number of things, brethren, any number of them, that we don't understand about this old world. But what God ordains is good. Man doesn't always ordain good, but God does. where'er I go, the counsel of my God I ask. The next song that we sing is a composition of a very lovely man that we had on our campus last year. Well, in fact, earlier this year, I should say. Earlier this school year, earlier in the semester. William L. Dawson wrote about 5 or 6 of the next group of pieces that we will do. It was a privilege to get to know him. I didn't find out how old Dawson was. He said he didn't tell his age, and I wasn't rude enough to ask, but someone did ask, and Mr. Dawson simply told him that he didn't tell his age. I tell my age, and it doesn't bother me, but I'm sure Mr. Dawson is older because his career started in 1920 and my career started in 1950. So there must be some difference in our ages. But Mr. Dawson is an inspiring fellow and a fine, fine composer and conductor. And we should like to sing his very beautiful Mary Had a Baby. Oh yes, Mary had a baby.